Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio, EB Radio. EB Radio. Your station for empowerment presents Mom Boss Talk Radio, a show that brings real life, real moms, and real experiences to empower mom bosses everywhere to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. Mom Boss Talk Radio begins now.
Welcome, mom bosses all over the world. It's another amazing Thursday, and that means it's time for another great discussion with the mom bosses. I am one of your hosts, Manietta, and Jerisha. She'll join us in future episodes. So today, I'll be watching TikToks. Okay, I'll be on Instagram, and it's a lot of videos of safety for women. And I thought, let's have a discussion. And let me provide you guys with, some safety tips because we're moms who's always on the go. Sometimes we're by ourselves or we're with our kids. And we need to make sure that not only um, are our kids safe when we're out with them, but we're protecting ourselves as well. It is very hard out here in these streets, okay? So I just wanted to you know, I love Pinterest. Okay, so of course I got some tips off of there. Maybe you even heard of some of these tips, and maybe it's new to you. But regardless of it, it's just to put it back in your mind of what precautions we need to take um, as women to make sure that we're doing that we're safe, right? I mean, it's unfortunate, but you know, we have to be on our P's and Q's when it comes to our safety. And one is I have a terrible habit of doing this, but I'm in the recent months have been more aware is when I'm done with the store. I have a habit of sitting in my car and not really paying attention to my surroundings because I'm going through my list, I'm looking at receipts and all of those things. And that's not the best time to do it. If you have your list, take it out when you walk into the store because you're around so many people and then start going through your list. If you have to take a sneak peek of your next list, do it while you're in the presence of a whole lot of people in the store and get to your car, get your stuff in your car, get in the car, lock the doors, and go to your next location. It's better to, not be a sitting duck and just go, right? And especially if you have your kids, yeah, let's get them and go go to the next location. I know it's hard, but you know, people are actually going to people's cars and putting different substances to, incapacitate women, mark their cars and, pretty much being watched. So that is like, if you do find anything on your car, like, I think I saw one where someone put tissue with like a or a powdery substance or something on it, and it was supposed to kind of put the person into like a comatose type of state. But the woman, she didn't even touch it with her hands, just with her nails, and even that made her feel loopy. And thank goodness she was with her partner, who was able to take care of her and get her to the hospital. Um, but if you find anything different on your car that you didn't put there, go back into the store. Go back into the library. Go back into wherever you were, where there's a lot of people, and call for assistance. Um, Even if you have to get security to walk you to your car, if you're on campus and things like that, do those things. Um, but yeah, watch out for those little changes that you didn't make to your car, okay? Because that's really scary. Um, Another one is, let's see, make sure your phone is charged. Okay, make sure you have internet, make sure your phone is charged. Even if you don't have internet, make sure that your phone is able to call emergency, which I think all phones are, even if they are not on. Make sure your phone is charged. Um, Even, sharing your location with people that you trust so that way there won't be any issues of locating where you're at immediately, um, in case of an emergency. And then I saw another one where it's like, make sure you have comfortable shoes on. And that's great to a certain extent, right? Because, as businesswomen, a lot of us wear heels to functions and things of that nature. And I can understand if you're at a function, most likely you're going to go with somebody or you're going to be in a group. So it'll probably be easy if you do have those type of engagements and you have to dress up and you wear your heels and things like that. Make sure you try to park as close as possible to each other so that way you can all kind of watch each other get into each other, into your own vehicle so you can all go. Um and but if you aren't going to like anything of that magnitude and you're just kind of, like going to work, sometimes you want to wear a little pump to work. Um but even if you go to work, carry an extra pair of like shoes, like one, not the slides per se, but like, yeah, maybe even slides. Shoot, if you have to run, slide them things off and go for it. Um, but the slides, but maybe some like comfortable slip-on shoes, to go to your car or something like that. Always have like a bag. I see a lot of people carry book bags to work with the extra, because I know a lot of people who go to the gym as well. So definitely carry on some comfortable things with you. So if you have to change, if you know you're going to be by yourself and you know you're not going to be able to do much with heels on or wedge or whatever, hey, that's an extra precaution as well. Keep you a safety bag. Okay. Um Also, if you're going somewhere, going to the store, whatever, try to have someone, another adult accompany you. Like if you have a significant other, a partner, a best friend, a sibling, a parent. Like if you have someone, like make it like a routine where it's like, oh, why don't we go to the store together on this day every week so that way we know we will be safe together. Um, so that might be something that you can look into too. Me, I don't necessarily have anyone to go to the store with, other than my daughter. So, and she loves to go with me, but she's a teenager. And I don't always like taking her with me, especially when it's dark. Um, because protective mama's gonna do what she gonna do. But definitely try to find somebody to kind of, help you get there. Also, here's another one. If you don't have a car, make sure you have extra money. Okay. Make sure you have the funds, either, your cards, a little cash, maybe even hide it in like a little pocket just in case. So if you miss a bus and it's late, that you can call like, uh, I don't know, I guess taxis still exist. I don't know, but a quick Uber or a taxi service or whatever, whatever car service you need. And if you miss your bus and you know that the place you came from is still open, definitely go back. Okay, go back to that location and wait. Okay, just wait. So that's what I suggest. If you're in that process of waiting for a bus and you miss it, girl, turn around, go back. Go back to where you were. Make sure you stay on lit areas when you park, when you're walking. So make sure you're in lit areas. Try not to go down alleys. Try not to go down, like try to go down places where you're familiar with them. And some places, if you're trying to get home, make sure you call your people and let them know where you at. And if you close to your people, say, look, it's late, it's dark. Can I just, stay here for the night? Something. I don't know. But it's better safe than sorry. I understand as women, we want to do everything and just, be these superheroes. Sometimes it's best to kind of step back in those situations because it can get really scary out there. Because, okay, quick side story. So, and this is during the day. So, I was going to a grocery store. I went by myself and I kind of noticed from the, looking around and stuff. Before I even get out my car, I look around. I look everywhere. Okay, in my mirrors, everywhere. And I kind of saw a guy, and he looked like he was just approaching random people, and it was really off. And then he starts. I get out the car. I'm like, let me hurry up and get into the store. And I see him kind of starting to move toward me and kind of keep up with my pace, which is very uncomfortable. And I just I rushed to get into the store. I was like, no, no, even if you're asking for money or anything of that nature, you don't just approach somebody in that fashion. I don't know if it was mental illness or sickness. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, you just don't approach people, especially women, in that manner. I also had someone approach me when I had my kids, and it was very, very scary because I had like boxes of food to put in the car. I had small kids. This was years ago, and they were much younger then. And I had two small kids to get in the car, and this guy just approaches the car with some sob story about he's stranded, he needs, either a ride or um gas money, and because his car broke down, and all this other stuff. And it was just like, no. So had to literally tell him no, but I had to do it in a manner which is terrible. And I have to say this, it's sad that we have to go through that, but I had to be very calm and very polite because I didn't want him to get triggered or do anything violent because I said no. And with two small kids, you have to try to, you know, make sure you don't escalate the situation. You want to try to keep it as calm as possible. And while he's up there giving me the sob story, I'm putting them in a car while still watching him. You know how that's so stressful because now you have to make sure, and then you have to put groceries in the car. It was just a whole mess. And then once I was able to get everything in, thank goodness my doors were like automatic, where I can just push a button and the doors will automatically shut. So I was able to kind of keep my eye on this man. And once I shut them doors for them, I locked it, ran around to the driver's side, got in, and I just left. It's just a scary situation. All it's scary. Um, Now, like I said before, inform people of where you're at. And try to keep like do check-ins. If you know you're gonna be gone for a while, do a check-in every 45 minutes to an hour or so. Just like, hey, just checking in. So that way people know where you're at, what you're doing. Um, that's just like if you don't want to give people your location necessarily, but I do suggest that you do that. Um, Another one was like pretend that someone is coming to pick you up. So like if you can pretend to be on the phone, have your headphones in, kind of talking. Um, so that way people think, oh, how I'm gonna, oh, they're talking to somebody, kind of like they're a witness to anything that may occur in that sense. Or even FaceTime somebody for real, like FaceTime somebody and just be on the phone with them. Like, hey, are you close? Are you close? Yeah, I'm sitting here waiting for you. Oh, you want me to come? Oh, okay, I'll just move over there then. Oh, since you're right. Okay, got you. Yeah, you're just like right there. Okay. Something to kind of make it seem like, oh, if this person does something to you, that everybody's gonna see it. And of course, if there is a situation, make noise. I mean, fight, fight. Do whatever you need to do. Okay. Like I tell my kids, everything's off limits. Everything's off limits. Like you do what you need to do to protect yourself. Okay. You do what you have to do. There is no limit. There is no you go for the jugular, eyes, everything to protect yourself. Okay. That's what we need to do. And that's what that's what I'm teaching my kids. Let's see. Also, another thing was like don't plug in earphones. I get it. But that's not always like unless they're like if you're walking by yourself, yeah, it's probably not wise to have earphones in. Um, Maybe one, and that's just to talk to someone or even just have your phone up to your ear. I don't know, because I don't necessarily wear earphones unless I'm like at work and I'm working and but I'm like I can see through my door, so it's not like anything crazy. Um yeah, it's like a lot. Oh, also, if you're able to, okay, if you're able to go take classes, self-defense classes. Okay. I'm actually looking into it, but definitely go try to take it. I don't know like if the YMCA provides it. I think they may. I know that some cities might have like just special stuff that comes up. I'm not really sure, but you'll definitely have to look and see if it's something that um if it's something that works for you for sure. Like you have to even if you have to learn it on your own, of course YouTube University, it teaches you everything pretty much. Anything you need to know and learn, you can find it on YouTube. But it does. I think um, it'll be really beneficial to take at least one class to know what to do. Carry something with you. I know that all places will not allow you to carry like blades and knives and stuff like that, but women are being very creative and the weapons that they have created for women, like the lipstick. I think it's like a knife, like a little blade in the lipstick. Um, or it's like it's becoming like a disguise. Make sure you don't take that stuff into government buildings, just an FYI. But if you're going to the store, make sure you have it with you. If even if it's like a small thing of pepper spray or mace, I don't whatever is legal. Um, if you have like a little like lipstick thing or like a keychain that might change to like a blade, make sure. And if you can't have those, you can always utilize your keys. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because I've been watching too much content where women basically, was in a position where they had to fight for their lives or, instances of being followed. Um, it's really important because especially if we're out there trying to, network and even with networking, make sure because a lot of people you're not going to know a lot of these people if any when you go to these places, so you have to make sure you are taking precautions. um so yeah, those are my tips. And if I find any more, I will definitely let you know. I just wanted to, make sure all the girls are safe, make sure y'all doing what y'all need to do to protect yourselves and your family because you're doing so good as it is, okay? Um, and hopefully it helps somebody out in these streets, okay? So be safe. I'm happy you tuned in. We are Mom Bosses on a mission to empower moms all over the world. Remember to be ambitious, okay? Highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. You are making moves. Stay safe. You got this.
Thank you for joining us on Mom Boss Talk Radio. Follow each of the Mom Bosses on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you love Mom Boss Radio, visit the website at www.envisionedbroadcasting.com. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.